Welcome to Zen Rose Garden behind the scenes. Coming up in this video, what room do ghosts avoid?
I got my ghost mug today. So
I know it's a riddle. We'll get to the riddle at the end.
if you're new, consider subscribing.
And for those of you who don't quite know us yet,
I'm Heather.
and I'm David
From Zen Rose Garden.
.com.
Yes. We just saw the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Let me know if you guys have seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's from a series of books that came out a while ago. So this is also what room do ghosts avoid?
It's a cute little riddle. It sparked this particular idea, and we'll give you the answer to that riddle later, so don't worry.
But I mean, when we saw the ghost movie yesterday, we were just it sparked this whole conversation about what are some things that people are scared about with ghosts, you know, and what are the common things people ask us about? Because we came out of the movie and people were asking, how was the movie? And we were like, it's great. And they're like, you weren't scared? I'm like, no.
Not really.
They're like, I was really scared and I'm afraid to see it. Okay, this is our question for you guys for this video. Have you ever seen a ghost or an apparition or felt a spooky feeling like someone is watching you in the bathroom, bathroom particularly?
Specifically in the bathroom.
Because we want to talk about bathroom ghosts today. So was it scary? Were you fascinated? Did you almost pee your pants?
And it's a good thing that you were already in the bathroom,
right?
Nina says, I was having a shower and it was hanging out.
Okay. I want to hear your thoughts on that in just a second.
I hope you're talking about the ghost and not other things.
Okay, so I don't even want to know what was in his head. So, this is a question that I had no idea bathroom ghosts were so popular, but apparently, because I had my own experiences, I'll tell you in a second, but this is a question that we have gotten from time to time about the feeling that someone is watching you in the shower. So we want to talk about bathroom ghosts. Okay.
Yep. And Lucia says, yes, actually at the moment they are in the bathroom. Amazing that you brought that up.
It's so fun. Well, you know,
perfectly timed.
What's funny, is that more people, at least in our experience, have shower ghost fear rather than toilet ghost fear.
And maybe that's because there's more pop culture around scary things happening in the showers than on toilets. I think you see more scary things like
right? Because Psycho, shower. Right? Alfred Hitchcock.
I mean, that wasn't a ghost, but still.
Well, still, it's
more
scary.
things happen in the shower than in the toilet. Because I guess they can't really film as many.
I don't know. So you guys, if you can name a scary toilet movie horror moment, we would love to hear about it. Somebody Google that shit right now. So it's just, okay, Japanese bathroom ghosts, is a thing. Like in the Japanese culture, there's this whole bathroom ghost thing, like lots of legends around specific, it's like Hansuku or whatever the bathroom ghost girl is.
Oh.
It's like Hansa Suzusa.
So it's the female version of Han Solo.
Not really. She's like dead and haunts you in your bathroom. So there's like a lot of Japanese bathroom ghost legends, believe it or not.
And then you got Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter.
She's just hanging out in the bathroom. I think, my personal thing about Moaning Myrtle in the bathroom in Harry Potter is that there were a lot of mean girls, and mean girls go in bathrooms, and and so she's there to that's my theory.
Yeah.
And of course, my absolute.
But didn't she scare the mean girls?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I mean, like, she's getting revenge on the mean girls who were mean to her in the bathroom.
Yeah, she's protecting all the people that got bullied by mean girls
in the bathroom because the teachers aren't watching you in the bathroom. Yeah, so
there you go.
And of course, the ultimate scary sewer monster, Pennywise
the clown.
Right. There's no scarier bathroom. Icky, then he's not really a ghost, but he counts. He's like scary things in the bathroom coming up through your drain, like grab your nose.
So bathrooms can be vulnerable. So having scary things show up there isn't at all surprising, especially when you're talking about the subconscious mind, because
bathrooms are a place where you feel vulnerable anyway. Your pants are down, you're sitting on the toilet, you're naked, all that kind of stuff. So high school bathrooms are scary, because that's where the mean girls hang out. And Scary Stories that you tell in the dark, the movie we just saw, there's a character actually that gets a zit. And I think this is the scariest thing that can happen to a mean girl. And she was kind of a mean girl. She gets a zit that puts her in the mental hospital for life. And that's how you get revenge on mean girls, in case you didn't know. So
is give them zits.
So that would be an example of like a bathroom ghost. So a lot of times, just a quick mediumship side note is that sometimes when you're doing a house clearing, and Anima has done all our mediumship training. I'm glad you're online with us. Anima is one of our people that's working on her.
Academy, right.
She's working on her advanced mediumship certification with us.
Right.
But one of the things when you're doing mediumship clearing is that there's all sorts of stuff you can have like that. It could be like something that happened in that area, in that house. It could even be like something a person brought with them. So there are all sorts of angles to it. Yeah. That kind of stuff has fascinated me my whole life.
Right.
So for me, my bathroom scary stuff was I lived in an old house growing up, it was built in the 40s. I wasn't born in the 40s. If so, I look damn good. But Comstock Drive was where I grew up in Las Vegas, and there were 1940 the house was built, and that bathroom scared the crap out of me. It was like really long. The toilet, like the water pressure wasn't too good in the house, so the toilet would like spontaneously flush all night. Plus there were ghosts in the house. I would see them all the time. So as a kid, though I never personally ever thought I was being watched naked in the shower, there was always some scary moments about looking in the mirror in the bathroom, because it was like you feel like somebody's behind you. But I also never had any kind of trauma around being naked, which sometimes can tie into your fear of, somebody's watching me in the shower.
Yep.
So my mom put the fear of God into me about being naked, though. She was like, no.
But not until then. You didn't have any issues until then.
Yeah, I was like,
whatever.
I'm going to run around,
Right.
It's because I'm a kid.
So now that we're older and have kind of like had more experiences, these things that used to frighten us or used to scare us as kids kind of doesn't anymore, because we've gone through our own training and our own education around it. So now when we think about ghosts, whether they're in the bathroom or in the shower or whatever, it's like, oh, how cool, instead of, oh no, I'm a bit spooked.
I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go into that a little bit more. First, Lucia is saying, dare I say, it's not when I'm having a shower. It is when I'm sitting on the toilet. Okay. Yeah. Because like.
Well, she says loo.
Oh, loo, on the loo.
On the loo.
Because you're in London, I think. So, or abouts there. And when I'm sitting on the loo, I love that.
Yeah. So someone or more than one is attempting to manifest, and I keep saying, oh, no, don't. I'm a bit.
You're trying to make her Irish.
I am.
So I don't know if she is. So,
Lucia is a very Irish name.
No, it's not. It's Italian. I think David and I were on a staycation, and like I said,
one of the haunted places in Vegas.
It was in one of the haunted places in Vegas, and so that's kind of an open shower kind of situation. And I was like, and it reminded me of the shower I had growing up in the 40s. And it wasn't the 40s. It was like.
The shower was built
from
in the
my
40s.
1940 house. So I started getting me thinking about it, and I'm like,
I was like, you're looking pretty good for kicking around in the 40s.
Damn. So I was thinking, okay, here's the deal. If I'm a ghost, okay, I was thinking I'm standing there naked in the shower. I'm like, if I'm a ghost, because there's all the ghosties around in that old place, right? And I can move around at will.
Right.
Do I really want to come see me naked in the shower? I'm thinking I'm in Brad Pitt's shower, like, hey, or like Beyonce or J-Lo. I'm looking at like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a ghost, am I watching me? No, I'm like, I'm going to go like, see like famous people in showers. So,
or at least hot people.
So that's when I kind of was like, well, that's kind of the answer right there.
But we do have a lot of education in Zen Academy that'll help you to kind of get the skills and the tools to not be so spooked out when you're sitting on the loo and ghosts are trying to manifest. You're like, hey, what's up?
There's things you can do to like, it's my bathroom time, we'll talk later. So I think
and those are called boundaries.
Right. Boundaries. I mean,
I wouldn't have my roommate when I was in roommate status, I wouldn't have my roommate come into the bathroom and say, hey, how you doing? Same thing with ghosts.
Well, I think we don't realize we have more control than we do, but when we're kind of spooked by them, that's when our boundaries are down. But when we're really solid about, you know what?
Right.
And when at the end of the day, we have more control than they do, because we are a spirit in a body.
Yes.
And they're just a spirit floating around trying to be scary. And so when you look at it that way, it was like that really funny moment in that shower in the old haunted hotel we stayed at that I was like, and if so, like, you don't have TV over there. If you want to see me naked, good on you. And that's fine. So, I think it's like when we look at our own the way that you kind of put a kibosh on that stuff is you look at your own vulnerabilities around it and you kind of learn to put the boundaries up and address
your own fear of vulnerability.
Yeah. And I think that's what it boils down to is like, I think maybe when you're experiencing bathroom haunting type stuff and bathroom vulnerability, you look at your own vulnerability as a magnet for bringing that in and just be like, oh no, whatever here. If you know.
Yeah.
And I
Maybe
think
put on a show.
that's kind of what, no, don't.
That would be me.
Don't do that. You would do
I
that.
would totally
The
do
rest
that.
of us are not trying to poop in front of ghosts. So,
and I hope the rest of people are not trying to poop in front of me. I'm like,
I'm just saying.
okay.
Well, on a serious note though, because we have worked with bathroom ghost fear
Mhm.
over the years, believe it or not. I
Mhm.
mean, this is like some of the like quirky stuff we work with people over the
Mhm.
years, but sometimes there's like trauma underneath that. So if you do feel vulnerable and it's a consistent fear, look at whatever it is underneath it, your vulnerability, your fear.
The fear of something is basically because you haven't learned enough about it for your mind to stop freaking out. Because especially with ghosts, there's not a whole lot of quality information out there. So, and this isn't stuff that we're taught in high school or grade school or anything. So as you get more education, as you learn more about a thing, your mind is less freaked out about that thing. So learn more about it, explore it, kind of go into there, and you're going to be less scared of it. And that's just a physiological mind thing.
Well, I get it. And, I was scared shitless when I was a kid because I lived in a house where my parents were always fighting. So when you live in a house when there's a lot of contention, and I was kind of the only one left at home as a little girl. So it was like this magnet for funky energy. So,
and she would tell scary stories to herself in the dark.
No, the scary stories were living in my house.
Oh.
So,
Gotcha.
So here's the thing is like, there's so many different theories around why we see ghosts or experience ghosts or experience energies that are like a ghost, but maybe not ghosts. Like sometimes when there's a lot of trauma in a house, there's just heavy energy. And you've got two sides of this. You've got the like ghost hunter type fanatic, supernatural,
paranormal investigators.
And then you've got the like super skeptics that think they're scientific. So here's my dad, as you might have seen from he was a scientist. He worked for NASA. He was a mathematician. He was an engineer, but he was also a mystic. So I was lucky to grow up with both things in my world. So I saw a comment when I was kind of Googling around about, ghosts one day.
Right.
And it was about a question about ghosts. And a paranormal investigator got on there and said, well, here's what that kind of ghost, in my experience, shows up with when we're out ghost hunting. It feels like this. This is cold. I can feel this sensation, and we see this kind of thing. It's talking about it. And then another person gets on who's like trying to be sciencey, and they're like, if you believe in ghosts, you're stupid because science shows, and like gets really like,
but not real science.
And I was like, you know what? My dad was a scientist, and he taught me to, let's look at this stuff with a scientific method.
Always
as soon as you say there's no such thing as ghosts, you're not being smart. You're not having an open mind. That's
not even being sciencey.
It's not even being sciencey, because from a scientific investigation perspective, you're going to be like, well, let's see why. Why do we feel this way? Why is this showing up this way? Is it electrical currents? Is it actually paranormal? Is it?
It so could you gotta, be something. It could really be something. And if you've got a real sciencey mind, then you're always questioning, because even the laws and the rules can over time change as we get new data, new information. There's always new data. So there's always an evolution, even using the scientific method. There's always an opportunity for evolution within science as well. So evolve your mind, be open to possibility, see where it takes you, study, research, do your things, and see how it evolves.
So here's a crazy idea, Lucia. So next time you're on the loo, and see, I thought the loo was just, you got to educate me because I'm going to England next year, hopefully. So I thought the loo was kind of like
the entire room,
the entire bathroom, but the loo is actually just the toilet itself. Like we call it the John here.
John Lou.
Okay, so
maybe it's a new Asian name, John Lou.
John Lou is what it is in China. So here's like a quick thought, like that will kind of help you quickly realign your energy around something like that's happening in the toilet. Just imagine like sitting on the toilet and this cone of silence going over you, like
over the entire
big giant leg, like going over the toilet and just go, and just imagine it snapping into place. And you will be surprised, but that actually creates, boom, you're using your energy to create a little temporary cone of silence.
Yeah.
Do your business.
You can do it in the perimeter of the bathroom, not just the loo. So she says, yes, thank you very much for that. Hennessy is Irish.
Okay.
I'm I'm pretty educated in Hennessy. I'm aware of that.
Because he's Irish.
It's white, floaty, wavy, smoky, horizontal, and other things darting around. No, the actual toilet is the loo.
See?
Educating us Americans in actual English.
So I won't look stupid when I ask to go to the loo and,
or at least Queens
I
English.
don't know the Queens
All right, so now it's time to answer the riddle because we know that's what you really came for.
You came to hear us talk out of our butts. That's okay. So what room, I'm going to give you guys a chance to answer this. Do not Google. Please. I want you to guess.
Yes.
So the question is, what room do ghosts avoid?
We'll kind of give you a little bit to answer that. Drop it in the comments. What room do ghosts avoid?
This is my waiting music.
No, that is Jeopardy.
They play that music when they're waiting for Jeopardy to answer the question.
Okay, we got living room.
Okay.
All right.
There you go. Okay, the living room. Duh.
Well, kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep going. No, we got to give them
living room.
Give them a chance.
No, everybody's getting living room.
Living room.
I think it's
kitchen,
kind of obvious.
Room.
What room do ghosts avoid? The living room, because they're dead, right?
They avoid the living.
I think there's a problem with that, though. The riddle.
Because they don't avoid the living.
Because if they're a ghost, that means they're hanging out because they're sad that they're not living anymore.
So they go to where they're sad.
No, so I think they might hang out in the living room because they're trying to
Actually, they're going to hang out with you wherever the hell
they're going to relive their life. So,
they might. The answer, by the way, yes, is the living room.
So they might really be hanging out in your bathroom.
Anyway. So Lucia, yes, they might actually be in the bathroom.
So I hope that little tip helped Lucia. Try it and let us know if that shifts the energy, because it's all about you have more power than you think you do. More control. The cone
of the loo.
The cone of the loo.
The cone of the loo. The cone of the loo. Silent loo. I'm doing my business. You can wait.
Let us know how that works for you.
Yes.
I think it'll be fun.
Anyway,
if you liked this video, hit the like button.
If you have any at all insider stuff that you want to know, any behind the scenes stuff you want to know, any of the off topic kind of things, let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you and tell you all our personal stories.
And tell us your personal stories. So if you're watching this, leave us your funny ghost bathroom stories.
Like Lucia, that was a great story.
Yeah, let us know your funny ghost bathroom stories in the comments.
And for more live hangouts, behind the scenes secrets, and mind hacking pro tips,
be sure to subscribe.
And click the bell to turn notifications on.
So you're the first to know
when we drop a new video.
Or go live.
We know that time is a valuable and precious resource, and the fact that you guys are choosing to spend it with us, we absolutely honor and appreciate that. And thank you guys for joining us, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.